Ready?
Oh, we're ready.
We ready for this?
We're ready.
Are we?
Are we?
Are we on?
I don't think so.
Is that working?
No, I don't. Is that how you do it?
That looks weird.
Oh,
Is something frozen?
I feel like something's wrong. Okay, try it again.
Okay. I don't think that was working.
No, I don't think so either.
Live.
Now do it. Nope.
Okay.
You did something weird. Now do it.
There we go.
There you go.
Here it comes. Here, now we're on live. We had a
little technical difficulty. That's fine.
We had a Mother Goose mix-up.
We did.
She was just telling me about her Mother Goose mix-up game that she used to play in the early 90s about Mother Goose and
you mixed it up, and then you went
mixing up the nursery rhymes.
You found these little tiny little 8-bit caricatures, and then you would just deliver them to other 8-bit caricatures, and then you would win nothing except
8 bits.
You just lost. You lost time, and that's what you lost.
Well,
like your youth.
Happy
anyway.
hashtag Thurdyish. Welcome.
Welcome.
Hi, Shay.
Hi, Brianna.
It's me, Brie.
It's me, Shay.
And we're
Hi, Brie's mom.
Thurdyish. We're Thurdyish podcast. Hi, Mom. Hi, Bonnie. Burn RN, because she works in the burn with the burn.
I know.
Units.
I really like that little tag because it just also sounds very aggressive. No offense, Bonnie, but like, it's just like you're telling them to burn the nurse establishment just down to the ground. So I was like, all right, yeah, you get it. More power to you.
All right, Bonnie. All right.
All right, I get behind you.
Anyways, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. I feel just super, bright-eyed and ready to talk about
cat
crime.
Just fucking leaped off the bed
into, I don't know what she leaped into.
But it looked like she was like level.
Well, she does that.
I saw her in the corner of my eye.
She doesn't have a lot of depth perception,
so got on the camera.
Yeah.
Anyways, sorry.
She did a little head slap.
She did. Perfect. Oh my god.
Good.
Anyways, sorry about that.
I feel good. You feeling good and fancy free?
Feeling fine and dandy.
Sweet.
Should we talk about this fucking dandy ass drink I randomly came up with?
Yeah.
On my drive here?
You should do like at the social at this. You could charge $16 for this bad boy.
I mean, they should. So this one's not clear, and it has some things in it.
Look at us.
It's got some orangey reddish hints of color. Anyways, so I had some strawberries, so we're using strawberries today. And then on the way here, I saw that the little Mexican market was still open, and I needed food, so I went there instead of King Soopers to get what I was going to get.
That's right.
And I ended up getting a pineapple Jarritos, which I don't know if you guys know what Jarritos soda is, but it's delicious Mexican soda, and they have all sorts of flavors. Pineapple's one of my faves, and it's bright yellow.
Yeah.
And so I got that instead, and I was like, that'll be good with strawberries and Topo Chico and odka. So here we are.
And it's delicious.
And then I also put a splash of key lime juice in there for some acidity because, hashtag balance.
Yeah. Look at that.
Balance your palates.
It's a good one. I like it.
Balance your drinks. But yeah, so all in all, we're drinking Topo Chico, Jarritos, vodka, strawberries, key lime juice.
All of the above. Hashtag sponsor us.
Drink.
Perfect.
Oh my god, if Jarritos sponsored us,
I'd be all about that life.
I would get 2-liter fucking
I'm half
mango
Hispanic,
Jarritos.
so just put that where you want it.
I mean, just it's perfect. Topo Chico.
so.
Come on, guys. We're working on them.
One day. It's okay.
We will get you, Topo Chico.
We will get you one day.
Our little pretties. Wow, I looked very crazy.
I always look like that. Like just really, especially with my mask on now. I'm just like,
oh my god. Speaking of Thurdyish things and masks, I was in the grocery store the other day, and I bought some beer, and the girl ID'd me. She was probably like
9.
She was like 18.
Yeah,
I don't know. But she had to ID me, which I don't know if that's... Anyways.
I do. I mean, I get ID'd all the time. I mean,
no, but like an 18-year-old's ID you for beer, but I guess it's a grocery store, so it's probably different. Anyways.
I kind of thought they can't sell you if they're under 21. I thought that was the rule, but whatever.
But I guess King Soopers can do whatever the fuck they want
because they're King Soopers. Of all the supers.
So she looked at my ID and she like typed in my birth year, 1989. She's like, oh, you do not look that old. You look like you're 20. And I was like with my mask, thanks. Thank you. My eyes are young.
First of all, I'd be
My face is young.
it's 1989, not 1969. I didn't go to the moon. And like,
yeah, she was like, I didn't know you don't look that old.
I was like, Jesus.
But I still told her that I literally said, I love you. Thank you.
I would have done
then I got my beer and I
would have
left.
done the same thing, and then I would have gotten to my car and I would have been like, wait, I'm not that. Is that time?
When you're 18, 30 is old.
I know, but
remember
like,
when you were 18, you're like, oh my God, that person's 30? What?
I mean, I suppose.
Very fully functioning adult.
Barely, ma'am, barely.
Little did we know that was not true.
Just still making
starting.
a little radio show in my bedroom, just like you did when you were a wee lad.
Hey, dreams
They do come true.
come true no matter what age you are.
That's true.
Right?
That's very true.
Well, what did you roll, Shay?
None other than crime.
None.
Not that I'm just like trying to make that happen I just want to make that clear.
She is. She's manifesting crime.
I am. See, dreams do come true. I gotta manifest it to a little bit like maybe a higher.
Don't manifest crime in your actual life.
No, not in my actual life.
Once I said that, I was like, no, we're not manifesting the crime.
Ma'am, I talk to like 2 people a day. There's no sorts of crime that's ever gonna happen in my life, so it's gonna be fine.
We're good.
It's fine. I don't talk to strangers.
No stranger danger here.
Right? I get upset because I'm just like, why haven't I found anybody? And then someone approaches me and like smiles. I'm just like, oh
my God, they're trying to kill me.
Exactly. It's a really weird notion in my body. It's a wild time. It's a wild time.
To be a woman.
Yeah.
To be a human.
It's just really weird.
Just to be a human in general. It's quite a weird time. It is. I rolled paranormal. Speaking of weird.
Perfect.
And it's special.
Yeah.
It's quite.
Is it like of the alien paranormal? I mean, you could ask
if you maybe.
I mean, you could
not
ask
technically.
You can ask what spectrum of crime that I'm doing, but we all know
it might be about celestial beings of sort, but not alien celestial extraterrestrials. Okay. But I do actually have a little side note. Actually, maybe I could just say it on the intro. But June 1st, everyone, the Pentagon is the UFO disclosure is June 1st. You guys hear about that?
I didn't hear about that.
Literally. So just be on the lookout. I mean, their disclosure of the UFOs is June 1st. So we'll see how much information they actually disclose / the little what they're saying about it. So
last year
you guys know.
Last year they had a whole pandemic to distract us, and
yeah, they did. They're
this
like,
time people are gonna kind of perk up their ears a little bit more. I think.
So we'll see what happens, but
yeah,
I just wanted to throw that out there.
Well, sweet. Well,
Speaking
with all that said,
so it won't be so paranormal after all, will they? I guess I have to talk about aliens for science. I don't know.
Maybe it'll just be under the umbrella of science now. Who knows?
Who knows? Or just
speaking of aliens and science. Have you watched the new Netflix movie? It's called like Stowaway.
No,
don't.
Okay.
No offense, but like,
no,
I don't know who executive producers from Netflix are going to be watching this, but like, just really upset about it.
Stowaway? I haven't even heard that. I've been watching.
It started out really well
lately.
Yeah, I saw a couple documentaries that I want to watch on Netflix, which was, I'm sure you've watched, the Rotten docuseries.
I don't think I've watched that. All of it.
Yeah, so I want to watch that one. And then I want to watch another one. It's called, it sounds like it's like the same people that made Rotten, which was Broken. And that's one's about like how fucked up, like, I think like some of like the makeup industry and.
Oh, that's another one that's right up there with all the others.
It's super cool. So
just rub that poison on your face.
I got it to make the boys like me. just pinch your cheeks like they did in the olden days and bite your lips.
Yeah, you're fine. And
it's
then,
fine.
like...
Just bite them until you're red because you're desperate enough. And you're just like, you love me yet?
And then cinch your stomach and do your toe... What is the thing they did? The feet wrapping?
What? I've never heard of that.
The feet wrapping in, like, China where they fucking make their feet, like...
Yeah, like the little...
For beauty, like... Oh, like you have to break your foot so it's smaller.
That's how you get
I forget what it's called. That's
why
I'll probably do a podcast on it.
I'm sure you will. You should do that.
It'll be a sad one.
Yeah.
Okay,
anyway,
well,
shall we get started?
Yeah, we shall. Should we cheers? We didn't even cheers.
Oh, delicious.
Cheers to you and
yes.
Cheers to
Happy Monday.
you.
Nope, happy Tuesday.
It is Tuesday today, but who knows when you're listening to this? It is whatever day it is. It's your day.
Yeah.
To shine. Okay, we'll see you later. Bye. After this.
Thurdyish.
Wait, did we have to make our announcement today?
I was going to ask you that. You're still doing
I forgot. You guys, we have an announcement. Maybe we should wait.
Well,
now I feel weird. You guys, we have our first ever podcast sponsor partner.
Which is actually kind of amazing that it landed on our Thurdyish video.
It did. Oh yeah, this is our 30th IG Live.
The universe is always just works in wondrous ways.
I almost forgot to tell you guys.
Well, I didn't. Well, your mom's binding their feet. That's what it was.
Binding the feet.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Bonnie.
Mom. Knew she could help me out.
Yes. No, but yes, we got our first sponsor.
Yes. So Farmhouse Hemp, we'll do a little ad for them, so you guys can learn a little bit more about them, and we'll post about them on our Instagram.
Try some of the products.
But yeah, they are a local CBD hemp company from Boulder, and we're stoked to be partnering with them, and we'll have a little discount code for you guys. It's going to be Thurdyish, spelled Thurdyish.
Yes.
And you get 10% off if you use that code buying their stuff online, and it helps us out when you do that, and
helps them out.
And then we're getting,
dope company.
Spreading out the word. Yeah. Spreading the love.
Spreading the word. Spreading the salve.
Spreading the salves. Yeah, they have salves. They have CBD oil. They have CBD honey. They have CBD candies you can pop in your mouth when you're like, oh, shit, I'm at work and I'm feeling some shit. Pop.
Yep.
Actually, I don't.
Or before a date. Whatever you want to do.
Or whatever.
Whatever.
Before going to hang out with your fam.
Yeah.
Whatever you need. Not you, Mom.
No.
Would never
You're the
need
only
that.
CBD that I need, so it's fine.
And yeah, they have dog treats. They have all sorts of stuff. And the way they extract the CBD or the hemp. I'm sorry, I butchered that.
It's fine.
Anyways, they use the rosin, which is like a really incredible way to extract, the purest way to extract it. And I mean, this is me improving, so I don't have the precise words, but we'll tell you more specifically about it later on. But yeah,
it's
Farmhouse Hemp.
Look
them up. We'll tag them, and we're super excited to be working with them.
Yes, super exciting.
Okay, so that was our special announcement, and
that we almost forgot to tell you.
Because we're so excited to get into the episode. So let's just fucking do this.
Do it.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Love you guys.
I'm excited.
It's quite miraculous.
Is it though?
I mean, kind of. It could be.
I mean, okay.
All right, here we go. Paranormal. Are we rolling?
Oh, we're rolling with the homies, yo.
Rocking and rolling.
We're rolling.
Okay, so paranormal, guys.
You're caressing that microphone. I love it
today,
so much.
I'm trying to get it loud.
Yeah,
Let's get loud.
You're so loud and proud, Mr. J-Lo.
Speaking of let's get loud, I was listening to... This was I had a very wonderful therapeutic musical experience the other day in the car, and it was because I was I'm going to listen to Incubus today.
Wow, that's an old-fashioned sentence.
I was blasting Incubus in my car, doing some air drums while driving. Probably not the safest, but just screaming Incubus. Mainly songs from Light Grenades, which was my junior year of high school.
I was gonna say, what was that
album? It's Dig and Anomaly.
Yeah.
Anomaly. Yeah. Anyways, it was the ultimate release of emotion.
I love it.
It's nice to just scream in your car sometimes, you know?
Kind of forget how cathartic that was, because back then you were yeah, I'm just doing it as an angsty teenager, but you don't sometimes you gotta let that angsty teenager still break free in your 30s.
It's true.
Even in your 20s and in your 40s.
Anytime. Your 80s.
Yeah. Just do it.
Yeah, and those lyrics on those Brandon Boyd's lyrics
they knew what was up.
pretty deep fella.
He is a deep fella.
Anyways, so moving on from incubus to angels. We're talking about angels today.
Oh, I love it.
Angels in the Outfield, aka real life. Do you remember that movie?
I remember that movie.
I fucking love that movie.
I never watched that one all the way through.
With Danny Glover
and like fucking Christopher Lloyd, which is he still alive?
Christopher Lloyd?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
I feel like he's been 93 for the last 70 years.
Well, he's probably just going back to the future all the time.
I knew it.
So
God damn it, Doc.
So when you go back to the future, you literally just stand in one place, right?
Right. I guess it's true. Good call. Nice.
So smart.
Quick and savvy. I like it.
I am so smart about
so good
time
with the
travel. Okay, so what is an angel, you ask?
Yep. I did ask that
I can see your halo. Halo. They don't all have halos. Anyways, a typically benevolent celestial being. There's the celestial being part, like I was talking about.
Yep.
That acts as an intermediary between heaven and earth, especially in Christianity, Judaism, Islam, and the ancient, I guess it's technically a religion, Zoroastrianism.
I feel like that sounds familiar.
Like, apparently it was a religion that was widely practiced during the time of Jesus also.
Okay.
But
gotcha.
not. Anyway,
that's
what I read when I quickly looked up Zoroastrianism. Trianism. Sorry, guys.
It's fine.
That's not what this episode's about, so we're moving on from that word.
Moving on.
So apparently... No, we don't need to talk about that. Okay, so angels, yes, like I said, celestial beings. They're messengers or agents of the divine source or God. And also there's things called archangels, which I wasn't really going to talk about, but then I ended up talking a lot about them.
Because they're real important.
Because they are important. They're like the top dogs.
Yeah, they're fucking the board of directors.
They're like the king of the angels.
Yeah.
The kings of the angels.
Yes.
They come from the Greek word meaning chief or primary messenger. So they're like apparently they're like, okay, we tell the other, we kind of keep the other angels in line.
Yeah.
Or something.
They're the queen bees.
They are, but they're not as crazy. They're more loving and accepting.
They don't wear pink, so it's cool. No. They're not derogatory about that.
Oh, no. What? Anywho, so archangels are powerful spiritual beings that often capture people's attention and awe. Sorry, I definitely meant to delete that sentence.
No, I like that because that's completely
They capture
correct.
people's attention and awe. Like, they're like the main, they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna pray to this specific angel or whatever.
But it's like a category. Like you pray to like Archangel Michael for healing and Raphael for like... No, wait. Raphael's for healing.
Mm-hmm. He is.
Michael's for protection. That's right. Yeah.
Good job. But we're going to talk all about that. So don't you guys worry. Okay. So you can call upon them for specific things. So each archangel has different things they're supposed to help you with. And there's countless stories throughout history of their mission and acts of love. And also it's the belief in these tutelary beings, which I'll tell you, which just means a deity or a spirit who's a guardian. They can be traced to pretty much every single culture of the world. So that's crazy. They didn't all get it from each other. But anyways,
like Christianity. Hey, move on. Okay.
So historically, different religious sects have sacred texts, sects, not sex. You nasty.
They don't do that.
Have sacred texts referencing angels and their purpose, from like demigods to benevolent spirits. So fun fact, in the Middle Ages, there was like an angel mania going on with like a bunch of people were seeing angels and saints, and like there was a great acceptance
in the Middle Ages.
In the Middle Ages.
Okay.
And at this time, there was a great acceptance of the idea of visions during this time, especially in England and France. And people obsessed by angels would have countless visions of angels appearing to them and giving them advice. But then after that, people became illusions because people were doing false sightings and then disillusioned ones. So then people stopped believing him as much.
Fever dreams because they were all sick from the plague. So they're
That's true.
Jesus. They're like, I don't know if it was a fever dream or I actually saw them. But
or I was just about to die.
Yeah, it could have been a little bit of both.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
So anyways, I just thought that was a little fun fact. So yeah, there's different beliefs about angels from different religions and cultures, like I said, but I mean, they all pretty much do the same thing. They're all here to like kind of guide you and
they're
protect.
Like guides.
They're like our protectors. So like in certain Buddhist practices, there's a belief in Dharma protectors, and they're spirits who protect and guide the individual. So also like guardian angels are a thing in a lot of different religions too, like that everyone has a specific one angel, as well as you can call on other angels and whatever to help you, but we're all like assigned an angel when we're born, kind of thing. But that's
like one angel,
like an angel, like your guardian angel, or a special. I think in Buddha it's called devas.
So each, in theory, in some practices, they believe that you have one.
Well, that we all
no, but like you're like there's the archangels of whatever, but then you're also assigned like a secretary angel.
Yeah, like your homie angel,
right? And then you're supposed to like go through them. There actually was a great there's a woman, and her name's Kathleen Madigan, that does a great skit on that, and she's just like, they're like, her nuns or whatever told her like, no, you can't bother Jesus with your problems. You got to go through your guardian angel, and then they go and they ask like the archangels, but you can't be bothering Jesus. So I'm like, that's so accurate and hilarious.
Some
not accurate, but you know what I mean.
Like I think some religions are like, that's that you tell them so that they can tell God,
right? Like just like this. Like, can you imagine? Like, okay, so for eternity, you are gonna be a secretary. Can you imagine if you were a secretary your entire life and you're just like,
just
God
different motherfuckers that are humans doing
like,
dumb shit,
right? And you're like, God, did this my entire life, and like you can't say God damn it. And you're like, well, get me out of this gig because this
I
sucks.
damned you to do this for me.
So I don't know.
It's a complicated situation being a guardian angel. It's hard out here for a pimp,
right?
So there's guardian spirits in Native American culture as well, serving as protectors and instructors. In Islam, the belief in angels is one of the 6 pillars of their faith. So like if you don't believe in angels, it's like you're not part of this religion of Islam.
So you have to have all 6 pillars. You can't just have like 5.5.
Yeah, you do, but one thing is you have to believe in Allah and his messengers and his angels and his other things. His teachings or something, but one of the pillars is the belief in angels of Islam. And also in Islam, which I didn't know this, Archangel Gabriel. So there's a couple archangels that appear in multiple religions, which I find is kind of cool, or who knows. But Archangel Gabriel revealed the Quran to Prophet Muhammad, actually. And then in Islam, I guess they believe you have 2 guardian angels.
Oh, that's nice. You get like a buddy.
Yeah, you get a couple.
You get 2.
It's like a
little backup.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I like that. In case one calls in sick. Okay,
exactly.
I like that. Just not just a hat rack, my friend.
Exactly.
Like, nice.
So, in Judaism, they believe in the Archangel Michael and Gabriel for sure. And actually Gabriel's like Michael's homie kind of. He like is always around Michael, and they like fucking tell people shit together.
I like it. Like he's like, I just see him like in the background, like just like with this like just his like muscle like behind him.
He's like, yeah, I got you, Michael.
Don't even worry about it. I'll just lean against like this pole, like really just aggressive like, and just be like, yeah, what's up?
Yeah, exactly. Fucking John Travolta over here.
That was a great movie.
So every time I talk about an angel, I have to talk about John Travolta because that movie is so good.
I'm just dancing with my 2 hands.
Shay.
Yeah, that's amazing.
She's doing Michael the Angel.
It was like him in his prime. But anyway, go on.
It was.
Yeah.
So another archangel of Judaism is Uriel. And he was the dude checking the lamb's blood on the doors at Passover.
He's making sure.
He was a big deal.
He was just checking. He was the doorman.
And he actually hangs out with Michael and Gabriel a lot to deliver important messages as well. Like, they all talk to Abraham in whatever Abraham had to do. Anyways.
Didn't Abraham... okay, never mind.
He had many sons.
Yeah.
Many sons had Father Abraham. I forget.
Is that a rhyme or a... no.
That was a church song I learned in, like, Sunday school.
Oh, I didn't...
Father Abraham had many sons. Because he had, like, in the Bible, he had, like, he was, like, 400 or some shit. And he had, like, 1,000
That's
sons.
because didn't, like, back then they lived to, like, 500 years old or whatever for some weird reason?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you just stop doing that?
They're like, yeah, I'm good. I can pass over now.
Okay.
Pass through. Judaism also recognizes Archangel Michael as Israel's tutelary protector. But more on those three word. Guys. I know. That's why I like that.
Tutelary.
There's another archangel of Judaism, and according to Jewish scripture, it was Haniel who guided the prophet Enoch to the angelic realms.
Enoch.
Enoch, I think is a... he appears in the Bible, the Bible too, but I think they're technically different people.
Oh, okay.
But they both are Enoch. But maybe I'm making that up. That's what I thought.
Like the Bible?
Today.
I mean, what?
I mean, part of it for sure. When you call or whatever you want to believe,
whatever, it's cool.
So Haniel, you call on him to help you cleanse. You have anxiety and worries, and transforming those lower vibrations to love. Oh, it's a woman. It's a girl. Well,
the angel is, or
this angel? She's a girl, I guess. Well, this website that I was finding this on was calling all of them girls. I thought.
I feel like it's like it's like
what you choose.
I honestly think that it's whoever, like whatever the person is, like kind of just what's the word sees. There's a better, more educated word for that, and I could probably look it up in the thesaurus.
Like senses,
but like or just like resonates. Like I think that's what if whatever they resonate, that's what sex appears to them. But I feel like I have like a stack of different angel cards that I have, and like they all kind of like look like they could be male or female. So I think that's what it's supposed to be like. They're unisex,
yeah,
because they're probably like why would they be?
Are.
But I'm sure in the Bible, like it probably was all man.
It's only men.
It's only men.
Yeah,
it's a man's club.
It's a man's world. But it wouldn't be nothing. Actually, I don't know how that song goes.
It's fine. That's all I knew. That's the only part I knew.
Unless we both knew. So, Raziel in Judaism is the angel of wisdom, and Raziel helps clear psychic blockages, interpret dreams, and uncover deep memories. So you call on Archangel Raziel to help you with that.
Raziel.
Also Metatron, which I just heard about him, and I was like, Megatron from Optimus Prime?
100%.
But Metatron, no. He's the angel of life, and he actually guards the tree of life and writes down the good deeds people do on earth, as well as what happens in heaven in the book of life, also known as the Akashic Records, apparently. Yeah. So he apparently...
And the Akashic Records are... Do you know what those are?
Not really, which is another exciting thing.
That's a very exciting thing to maybe dive into, because those are like, I'll just give a like quick like little whatever. It's like what I know of them is like at least what I've kind of like, I guess, resonated with or learned about or whatever. Like what we talked about, it goes with, well, I can't remember what you talked about with what his name was, with the guy that was the guy that
Dr. Joe?
No, the guy you talked about, the one that channels everybody.
Abraham Hicks?
Abraham Hicks, when he talks about contracts and stuff like that. So those are what is all the Akashic records are made out of. Is all the contracts
of everybody.
Everyone. So that's essentially what the Akashic records are. Okay. Everyone's contracts.
Okay, and that's apparently like the archangel that records these. Mm-hmm. Is Metatron.
And the only reason why I know about that angel is because of Dogma. Did you ever watch that one?
No.
You should watch that one. It's
Ben Affleck?
Great, yeah.
I haven't seen
Alan Rickman is Metatron, and he's fucking hilarious. And he talks about, and he's like this angel that comes down, and he's fucking funny. And he's the voice of God.
Is that what that movie's supposed to be?
Yeah, it makes fun of the Catholic religion and how kind of ridiculous it is. But at the same time, it kind of sticks with its roots. So it doesn't shit on religion. Mm-hmm. It just kind of does it from a different perspective.
Okay, I like that.
It's actually, I have the DVD, which is an old-fashioned sentence if you would
Let
like
me
to borrow
it.
Absolutely. It's a great one. Yeah.
So, he... Apparently, Metatron can align us with vibrational energies that will help us connect with our highest spiritual potential. And he helps to discover people's personal spiritual power and learn how to use it to bring the glory to God and to make the world a better place. So if you're trying to like get good on your spiritual path, just ask. You
Alan
can
Rickman.
call on Alan Rickman.
Call on Alan Rickman.
I mean, you could probably call him Alan Rickman too.
Right now, I mean, he's accessible.
He is. Right.
Sadly, I wish he was not.
So the 3 archangels in the Bible are Michael, Gabriel, and Raphael. But there's this ancient book called the Book of Tobit that I've never heard about that I found out about today. And it was actually the original book was lost for centuries. And fragments of 4 Aramaic texts and of 1 Hebrew text were discovered in a fucking cave in 1952. And it's only recently has been published. But in the Book of Tobit, it's an ancient like Catholic book or like from Eastern Orthodox something. But apparently Archangel Raphael verifies 7 archangels existing by claiming that he's one of 7. They stand in the glorious presence of the Lord. So, anyways, but the normal Bible that we know only claims to have 3 main archangels, I guess.
Right. Which I know, which you said they are Michael,
Gabriel, Gabriel, and Raphael.
Yeah. I always thought it was also, I thought it was 4. I thought it was also Ariel, but I guess not.
There is, I'll tell you about that. Okay. They're like the big.
Right, because I always kind of thought of archangels. Because I always thought of them as like the 4 corners, or whatever. Yeah,
I think Uriel is in Judaism too.
Right,
but they're like the main 4 that like are
big
like
4.
the big 4.
Yeah.
But because I'm going to talk a little bit more about them because they have a little bit more significance, like even to like. Which I'll get into in a second, but I want to talk about a couple other archangels. So one is Chamuel, and his mission is to bring peace to the world and as such protect the world from fear and lowering of vibrating negative energies.
He should be a fucking main one. Talking about.
Well, he's I think one of the 7 archangels.
But he should be one of the big 4. That's ridiculous.
The 7 are like among different religions, but there's like
right that makes sense.
And then I looked up 7 and there's like maybe there was one different one than the other, like, so I feel like it's kind of up to I mean your own whatever. So Chamuel also helps to heal anxiety, bring peace, and repair relationships and misunderstandings. So Chamuel, if you're having some anxiety,
call about your homeboy.
And also another thing, in like pretty much everything I was looking up, it was like no matter what your religion, no matter what you believe, you can call on these archangels no matter what.
Correct.
Because they're fucking
they're always on the job.
Exactly.
They'll come get you.
And religion is fake. So not fake, but you know what I mean.
It's universal.
It's universal.
There it is.
Exactly. It's not fake. No. It's just we all have different interpretations of what 100%. We are, don't we?
Yeah.
So the patron saint of artists' name is Archangel Jophiel, and his name means the beauty of God, or she.
That's
nice.
At
least in this one that I was reading. So she helps us to see and maintain beauty in life and supports us in thinking beautiful thoughts and in staying positive, as well as in creating and manifesting beauty in our surroundings and our hearts. # stay present.
That's nice.
I know, isn't she a nice lady?
That's nice.
Next we have Azrael. He's often referred to as the angel of death, helping those transition to the other side.
Okay.
But he actually assists in all types of transitions and endings, not just those involving death. He also helps with transitions relating to relationships, career, addictions, helping us to navigate as smoothly as possible through life's changes. So
that's nice.
Thanks, Azrael.
That's nice.
Next we got Jeremiel. Jeremiel, I don't know how to say that. Known as the archangel that you should call upon when you are seeking a clairvoyant experience or an understanding of the meaning of a dream or vision. Jeremiel for the y'all. If you're like, why the fuck was there a flying platypus in my dream last night?
He's like,
Jeremiel. You have to say his name 3 times.
And say it like that.
Jeremiel, Jeremiel, Jeremiel. Just like that.
Just like that.
If you say it in a different octave, it's not going to work.
No.
So those are my little somewhat lesser archangels, but now let's talk more about Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, and fucking Uriel. So apparently they are grouped. They're grouped by the 4 directions and the 4 natural elements, which I didn't know. So Michael represents south and fire. So like the elements air, fire, water, and earth, and then the directions being north, south, east, and west. So Michael represents south and fire. And as the angel of fire, he sparks a desire in people to discover the spiritual truth and pursue closer relationships with God. Archangel Michael is one whose messages are easiest to hear, and call on Archangel Michael when you need protection or courage. And he's supposed to release you from fear and doubt.
It's a good one.
My sister has some cool story about Archangel Michael. Her car was like fucked up. Like her car like would not start at all, and she said, like, I surrendered and I literally called on Archangel Michael and my fucking car started and I don't know how it started at all. And like after she did that, it happened.
Yeah.
So I thought that was cool. Anyways.
That is really cool.
I mean, that makes you feel pretty special.
It does, doesn't it?
So next up, Gabriel. He represents west and water. And as the angel of water, he inspires people to be receptive to God's messages. And Gabriel literally means messenger of God. He was the one who came to the Virgin Mary. He also was the messenger to Muhammad, apparently. So he's been a messenger in multiple religions. Right. So apparently that's his job. Right. He's also known to help teachers, journalists, writers, and other people just communicate more effectively. He helps you convey your message clearly.
Which makes sense. Okay.
He's also called upon by parents who need help conceiving, adopting, or raising children. So he's like very involved with children.
Well, that makes sense.
Issues.
Since, he told Mary about the
topics.
Really special one that she was having.
Hey, just,
So I know you haven't had the sex, but you're going to ruin your vagina in 9 months. So
sorry about you.
Buckle up for that.
And you're going to have him in a fucking hay bale.
Yeah, and you're gonna ride a donkey for like a long time when you're in labor.
And
so
no one's gonna let you anywhere because of the goddamn census and the taxes.
What? That's amazing.
The census was going on, and they were from a different town, and they were trying to get into fucking Bethlehem. They're like, "You're not fucking from here. Get the fuck out. There's no room for you. No room for you."
That would be amazing if that was actually what had happened.
That's pretty much what happened.
Right?
It did have to do with a census.
Did it really?
It fucking did. Look it up. I'm Catholic.
I didn't go to fucking, I was like going to say
you
medical
didn't go to
school.
Catholicism school?
I did not.
You did not go to medical school
I didn't go to middle school for that. Okay, wow. I'm going to look that shit up later. I mean, that's amazing.
Austin, fact check me, my little brother. Okay, next up we got Raphael. Not talking about the Ninja Turtle. Talking about the Archangel. He represents east and air. And as the angel of air, he helps people break free of burdens, make healthy lifestyle choices, helps them soar toward the right goals in their life, healing. And he's also the Archangel of healing, and healing mind, body, and spirit. Air. Just ever
to flow through.
And his name literally means he who heals. So call on Raphael with any ailment for healing or guidance about the course of action you should take to achieve better health or to embark on your path as a healing teacher. He apparently helps those people as well.
It's nice. My first little boyfriend was named Raphael.
Was he a healer?
No. I mean, I was kind of scared of him because all he was like, do you just want to go somewhere and kiss? And he was like second grade. And he was like, his name was like Raphael Kidos.
Ooh.
I remember that kid.
Oh my God, that reminds me of, remember Kudos? The granola bars?
No.
I know you said Kidos was his last name, but you don't remember Kudos?
Kudos. Oh, yes. Where it was just pretty much like a chocolate bar.
It was like a chocolate bar with some oats in it. I'm going to
spray some fucking Quaker oats that are also doused in sugar.
We're going to dip a bunch of M&Ms in chocolate and put a couple oats in there. And then here you go, kids.
I don't know why we all have cancer now. It's so weird.
I wonder why. No. Anyway. God.
Anyway, go on. I forgot about Kudos.
I am so thirsty right now.
It does make you a little parched, doesn't it? Yeah, chug that Tobo.
That was so sparkly.
Yeah, I bet you it's some spicy water, dude. Yeah.
All right. Next up, we got Uriel, which he's my new favorite angel.
Oh, is he?
I never knew about him. And so he's giving me a lot of questions. He's bringing up a lot of questions to me because of this one thing I learned, which I'll tell you about in a second.
Okay.
So Uriel represents North and Earth. As the angel of Earth, Uriel grounds people in God's wisdom and gives them down-to-earth solutions for their problems.
Okay.
Uriel is said to have warned the biblical figure Noah of the impending global flood. And so call on Uriel and you will receive guidance and intercession that will help you advance on your spiritual path. He also acts as a stabilizing force in people's lives, helping them live at peace within themselves and in relationships with God and other people. Mm-hmm. So call on him to help you out with your fucking shit in relationships too. Shit. So also which I kind of forgot about, but these archangels also have a place in tarot. So I thought I'd throw that in there.
Hell yeah.
So Michael is on the Temperance tarot card, and that represents the concept of spiritual and physical realms connecting.
Okay.
Gabriel is on the Judgment tarot card, which represents the concept of spiritual communication. Raphael is on the Lover's tarot card, which represents the concept of romantic relationships. And Uriel, alternatively Archangel Lucifer. What?
Oh, okay.
So this also, and then I was like, wait a minute, because in the Bible, or when you learn in Catholicism, Lucifer was an angel
that fell down
into earth, and he was sent back to earth, which would make sense about how Uriel is like the grounding angel of earth, but I think in Judaism they don't mention him as like the devil.
Right.
I don't know for sure, but I just didn't know
that Lucifer would. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So
that he would have been an archangel, because I thought he was one of the higher.
He was a cast out angel.
Right, but I always thought that he was one of the higher, whatever, of angels. But again, like, everyone likes a good enemy.
It's true.
But it's funny because there's just no such thing as hell, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. So that's why I was like, oh, they just, poor little, I don't know. I just thought that was interesting. That
is really interesting.
Like, oh, maybe, I'm not trying to say anything weird. I'm not trying to freak out my little brother by saying Lucifer.
He's like, I can't listen to your podcast anymore.
And I was like, well, I'm never listening again, Brianna. Bye. But I'm just saying, it's just interesting. It's just a wild world. But anyways, he's it's sometimes interpreted to be the devil tarot card, which represents the concept of gaining wisdom by learning from your weaknesses and mistakes and seeking God's help. So there's a deeper little meaning for
interesting.
That. Okay. But yeah, that is what I found out. And then I was going to talk more about guardian angels, but I just got way too involved with the archangels, and then I was like, I'm going to be way too long if I talk about that. But guardian angels, we're all supposed to have one.
Just chilling out, taking notes,
hanging out, keeping us safe. And I have a little story about not my guardian angel, but
like a friend,
my sister's.
Oh,
so when my sister was born, she was like almost died. Like she almost died because she choked on some shit while she was inside my mom. And then when she was born, she like wasn't breathing. And they had to she could have died. Like she could have not made it by like the next morning. And so My parents were like, I mean, they were raised Catholic. They, at this time in their 30s, they were pretty spiritual, like metaphysical spiritual. Like, like my dad would like astral travel, and like they would go to Pleiadian fucking conventions and shit. But they also like believe in God, and they were always, you know, whatever.
For sure.
And so that night, my dad, I guess they were staying at the hospital. There was like rooms at the hospital to stay at or something.
Okay, yeah.
And so my dad was staying there. Excuse me. And he was in bed, and he remembers, and he had been praying and stuff, but he like went to sleep, I guess, but then he woke up because there was a woman that had woke him up in the room or something, or he woke up to this woman in the room, and it was like this very weird feeling.
Right.
And he was like, he was like, hello?
Yeah.
And she was like, I'm Pappy. And she said her name. And she's like, I'm Danielle's guardian angel. And I just wanted you to know that she's going to be okay. And she's going to be fine. And my dad, like, cause he was like kind of like asleep, but he was awake. He like saw a towel, and he threw the towel at her, and it went right through her. And she just like, she just told him that she was going to be all right. And
I love that. Like, I feel like I could just see her just going like, don't do that.
Like, this isn't going to do anything for you.
Would you? I have like 30 seconds. Like,
and I guess
you will listen to what I have to say.
I'm trying to tell you something.
Stop throwing bedpans at me.
And so, I forget like the complete story, but she disappeared, or my dad went back to sleep or whatever. And the next morning he woke up, the towel was like on the side where he had thrown it, and he woke up and she was fine, my sister, and she's a beautiful.
Your sister must have an agenda, like fucking. She's got a guardian angel, like
she
Michael
does.
Like
she's
like,
very. In
don't
touch
worry,
with
boo boo.
that.
I got your engine. Don't even worry about it.
She's very in touch with that.
Okay, nice
stuff. Yeah. So isn't that cool?
That's pretty dope.
So yeah,
I like that story.
And then I was gonna tell you guys some other stories of angels I found, but you guys can look all those up online because there's millions and thousands.
There are a lot. There's like
so many encounters of people like
there's angels and Virgin Marys in bread. There's all sorts of stuff.
Oh yeah, and also archangels and guardian angels and stuff. Sometimes like not only are they for just one person, but like they can even like there's archangels that protect like whole cultures or towns or like whatever village, you know, whatever.
That makes sense.
All sorts of stuff. So who knows if you want to call on your archangels or not?
You should.
And
I mean, why not? Have an extra pair of eyes on your back.
I know.
Not a bad thing.
Not a bad thing.
No.
So that's all I got.
I like it. That's a lot. I like it.
Thanks.
It was good.
Great.
It was so good. Get ready to have your archangel on standby.
Yeah, I'm ready to start talking about crime.
Okay. Are you ready?
Should I ask for protection?
Well, I mean, it's
Maybe.
fine now, but it's
okay.
It's all good. Okay.
Well, can't wait.
All right. I am talking about crime. Shockingly, I'm talking about murder. Because I don't know how else to. I don't know what other crimes exist except that, apparently. So.
Am I twisting this off? Whoa, there we go.
It just gets loose. Yeah, now you're fine. Okay.
There we go. That's what she said.
Just twist.
It just gets loose from time to time.
It just pops right off.
Oh, God.
I just take it with me on the plane. It's fine. Cocks on a box. All right, let's go.
Cocks on the...
Stupid.
Here we go.
Here we go. Okay, so I am going to talk about the story of Charles Starkweather and Caril Ann Fugate. Have you ever heard of them?
No.
Perfect. You're already bored.
I'm tired.
I know.
I got here way too late.
I know.
Auntie.
It's fine. Okay. So
but we're recording, so
it's fine. So this is a story of murder, but it's also a story about love.
Wow.
So
perfect.
It's like, but like with like Satan stars on the cover, you know.
Okay.
So it's fine. So it's like The Notebook, but like with little Satan stars on the cover.
Got
it.
That's
great.
Cute.
Okay, so these two lovebirds met in 1956 in Lincoln, Nebraska.
Whoa, I have lots of family over there.
Perfect. Then maybe one of them killed the family members because it was pretty much a spree.
Oh, no. Wait, when was this? Was this like...
Well, this was probably like 1957, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because when I was in work release, this one lady told me,
it's a little
who knows if it was true, but she was telling me about these people she was in jail with in Nebraska.
Oh.
And how it was a couple, and they would go around and fucking kill people in the middle of the night and like take their shit and then like leave love notes to each other on like the back of their like the picture, like, this made me so fucking hot when I killed him, like, and I was like, I'm just gonna go eat my hot Cheetos now. Just kidding.
Dude, find that lady. I want to do a story on that
She
because
was
that
cool.
sounds. Was she?
She was. I feel like she had my back. She was a big old white girl.
Well, hopefully she did.
Fucking Midwest grown.
She probably had like fucking. It probably was like a bunch of lies that she was saying. Like
it probably was.
She was like, yeah, they like to say like
how penitentiary with this lady,
right? And they like to talk about how they got off.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, I don't know how we started on that conversation, but
probably there's something else to talk about.
Like, they're like, how'd you get in? I was like, well, I smoked weed in my car.
And they're like,
why are you here? Well,
here's the story of another lady.
Here we go. And long story short, here we go.
Yeah. So the 18-year-old Starkweather was introduced to 13-year-old Caril Ann Fugate by her older sister, whom he had previously dated. So
great.
Like, I feel like it's like the lowest of the low for like girl code, I feel like.
Yeah.
But whatever. And also, she's fucking 13.
Yeah.
And he's 18, but whatever.
It's the 60s, 50s.
I know. They're already half dead, so they gotta
get going.
They gotta get going on the baby making. So anyway, so he dropped out of Lincoln High School in his senior year and was working at the Western Union newspaper warehouse, mostly to be closer to Caril. I just thought this was mildly amusing. He was considered a poor worker. Not that part, but like his employer later recalled, sometimes you have to tell him something 2 or 3 times. Of all the other employees in the warehouse, he was the dumbest man we had.
Wow.
End quote. I mean, talk about
the most smartest.
Just most smartest. Just great reference.
The most dumbest.
The most dumbest. So at some point in that year, he like crashed his dad's car, and I guess his dad got all mad about it, and then threw him out of the house. And then, as you do, and then he quits his job, and but instead of like getting a better job, I guess he's like, I'm gonna be a garbage collector. Perfect. And he used this route to plan bank robberies, but he didn't actually carry any of those out.
That's funny. Me and my sister were at the dump yesterday, and we were talking about how it'd be real easy to just dump some bodies in the dump, right?
That's
and we're
true.
like, why the fuck are we talking about this?
Right. In proximity to everybody else, because it's not like you're that far away from somebody.
Yeah.
Because did you go to Larimer County?
Yeah.
Yeah. No. But it is true. Like, you could just, like, take a rug and then just, like, whoop, and then just drive away.
Here we go. Bye-bye.
They
Put them in a bunch of bags.
They don't look. There's no fucking security cameras out there.
No.
Anyway, so
speaking of garbage, man.
Just FYI, whatever.
Don't.
So yeah, but he didn't like commit any of the robberies. He just fantasized about it. So I mean, I guess there's a lot of time on the back of your little truck as you're hanging on, just your mind wanders. Your mind wanders. Yeah, and he also, I guess, conceived his own personal philosophy, though which he lived for the remainder of his life, which was, quote, dead people are all on the same level, end quote. I mean,
okay, that's your life motto.
Yeah, this is
all right. Red flag number 1.
100%. So, all right, first murder. Hi,
is that his dating app fucking bio?
It is. It's just like,
he had
dude,
one back then.
He just says that, and then just like hashtag
his yearbook,
right?
fucking
Just
slogan.
hashtag YOLO. It's great. Also hates cats, loves dogs. That's all he has on his fucking thing. So first murder. So on November 30th, 1957, he went to a service station in Lincoln where he tried to purchase a stuffed toy dog for Caril on credit. The station attendant, whose name was Robert, refused to accept his credit card or whatever, and he left enraged. Which, well, I mean, I can only imagine.
Did he kill the guy?
How much? It was like a nickel, and then they're like, Yeah, you can't do that.
You can't put that on a credit card.
Fuck that.
These things just came out.
Well, I guess even then, like, it probably wasn't a credit card. It was just like a piece of paper that was like IOU or something like that.
Yeah, like what was a credit card back
in like
then?
Lincoln, Nebraska. Like, can you imagine? Like,
it's like a piece of hay.
They're like, just the one strand. Here you go. I'll pay you back for the rest. Yes, hi.
Buddha is very needing love.
All lovey tonight. I beat her or something. Okay, so he came back at 3 a.m. with a 12-gauge shotgun. Initially, he left the weapon in the car, entered the station, and
whoops.
Yeah, but he was like, all right, I'm going to go in there. And he bought some cigarettes. And then he left. And then he drove around the road, turned around, and returned to the station again. Left the gun in the car. This time, he was like, can I get some gum? And dead serious. This is exactly what happened. And then he left again. And he left again. And he drove away. And then this time he parked away from the station. He put a red bandana on, like underneath that, like a hat, and then walked to the station with the shotgun this time and a canvas bag. And then he held poor Robert at gunpoint and stole $100 from the cash register before forcing Robert to walk to his car. Then he drove him to a remote area outside of Lincoln and forced him out of the car, which at this point Robert struggled with Starkweather and attempted to get a hold of the shotgun, and the shotgun fired in the scuffle, shot Robert in the kneecaps, and then Starkweather then killed Robert, like the wounded Robert, with the shotgun blast to the head. Wow. Yeah. So
because he didn't accept his credit card.
Right, for this stuffed little dog. So
Jesus.
Let's see. Starkweather would later claim in the aftermath of the murder, he believed that he had transcended his former self. He transcended his former self to reach a new place of existence, in which, I mean, maybe he called his Archangel. I don't know. So, in which he was above.
What that one is.
Yeah. His Archangel, his guardian angel.
That
like,
was
you know
the
what?
demon.
I'm out. That was actually Lucifer.
Yeah.
He transcended himself, and he was like, I'm above the fucking law. I don't need your fucking rules. I just want my stuffed dog, and I'm gonna just do whatever I want to do. What? My goodness.
The cat is
I don't
out
know.
of the bag.
Yeah, I don't know what her problem is. You're not dying, are you? Okay.
No, I was.
You okay? Okay, so
You're not trying to tell me something,
you're not trying to tell
you?
me anything. You can't wag your tail. You do wag your tail, but I don't know what that means. Okay, so yeah, so he confessed. So he believes he's above the law. At that point, he's like, yeah, I can do whatever the fuck I want. So he confessed to the robbery to Caril immediately, claiming someone else had killed Robert, which Caril was like, I don't fucking believe you. So like a month later, on January 24th of 1958, he visited Caril at her home, and I keep calling him Starkweather, but I'm just going to go by his first name now, so it's Charles. So Charles visited Caril at her home. Not finding her at home, he argued with Caril's mother and stepfather, Vilda and Myron, who told him to stay away from their daughter, which makes sense since she was a baby.
Yeah.
Charles then fatally shot both of them with his shotgun and proceeded to strangle and fatally stab their 2-year-old daughter, Betty Jean.
Holy shit, dude. What is up, man?
Not a real no guy. Yeah.
Oh my God.
So Caril gets home. He tells her what happens, and then they hide the bodies in various locations behind the house.
The
daughter.
fucking daughter?
The daughters, yeah.
Was like, okay, that's fine.
Right. So
I'll help you.
Velda's body was dragged into an old outhouse and shoved down the toilet opening. Caril's baby sister was put in not that it matters, but half sister was put in a box that had been used for garbage and taken up to the outhouse as well.
Oh,
And then Myron was dumped on the floor of the chicken coop.
perfect.
Just
Oh my God. They just left him there?
yeah. So the couple remained in the house for 6 days. So
Wow, what a lovely couple.
Yeah. So turning people away with a note written by Caril taped to the door that read, "Stay away. Everybody is sick with the flu." And she spelled it FLUE. So Carol's grandmother became suspicious and contacted the Lincoln Police Department. When the police arrived on January 27th, Charles and Caril had already fled the house. Now, it should be said that Carol's participation in these murders is still up for debate, while she has insisted both then and now, she's still alive, that she wasn't a willing participant, but rather Charles's hostage. But Charles has insisted otherwise. So she has claimed then, like, and from this point on, like, she claims, like, I wasn't, whatever.
I just came home.
I just came home. And
hide the bodies.
100%. So, anyway, so they drove to Bennett, Nebraska.
Bennett?
Yeah, Bennett, Nebraska. And it was like a farmhouse of a 70-year-old August Meyer. And he was Charles's family friend. And then he killed him with a shotgun.
I know a few Myers in Nebraska.
Might be one of them. Might be. It seems like a very uncommon name.
My last name is Feilmeyer. But then Myers are different.
True.
I knew a Jerry Meyer.
Jerry Meyer?
Anyway, sorry.
Go ahead. It. Yeah, so he was killed with a shotgun blast to the head. According to Charlie, it was self-defense. Charles. According to Charles, it was self-defense. Myers tried to shoot him, and the gun jammed, so Charles shot back. And then Charles wounded Myers' dog as it ran away across the snowy meadow. Because, gotta fuck with the animals.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. So they chilled.
And he's like 18?
Yeah, he's 18 years old. So then they chilled there for a little bit, and then they just kept trucking. Let's see. And then, as they were fleeing the area, they drove their car into the mud and then abandoned the vehicle because it got stuck. And then when Robert Jensen and Carol King, two local teenagers, stopped to give them a ride, Charles forced them to drive back to the abandoned storm shelter in Bennett, where both were shot and killed. Yeah. Charles admitted.
Oh my God!
I mean, this is all happening really, really fast. So
I was like, I don't know what else to do. I just gotta kill everyone I come in contact with.
100%. Like, I don't know how to just tell them to give me my shit and give me their shit and they can leave. But yeah, so Charles admitted shooting the boyfriend. He put 6 bullets into Jensen's head, is what he claimed, and then Jensen's girlfriend Carol was shot once in the head. She had also been stabbed repeatedly in the abdomen and the pubic area,
oh my God.
Fucking mutilated, really, really fucked up. So while all this is happening, apparently Carol was just sitting in the car, just waiting
for her lover. Is this like the fucking movie with Woody Harrelson and what's her name?
You got it. Natural Born Killers.
Yes. Yep. Okay.
So Charles attributed to the mutilation of King's body to Carol, who supposedly was angry with the dead girl for being she was attracted sexually to Charles. And so Charles was saying so that's why she was the one that did that to the Carol King, and she was the one that shot her, and she was the one that stabbed her a fucking bunch of times and mutilated her fucking vagina essentially. So, but again, Carol was like, I was just waiting in the car. I don't know what he's talking about.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And then there was another time Charles claimed that Carol also shot and killed the King girl when he was away from the scene for a few minutes. So a couple different stories were floating around. So I don't think we'll ever know the truth of actually who shot who.
Is Homeboy still alive?
Oh, I'll get to that. So unclear still at this point if Carol is an active participant. Anyway, they steal the Jensen's car and fled Bennett. And the two drove into the wealthier section of Lincoln, where they entered the home of the industrialist C. Lauer and Clara Ward. Both Clara Ward and maid Lillian were fatally stabbed after being held captive for a better half of the day. Charles later admitted throwing a knife at Ward. However, he accused Carol of inflicting the multiple stab wounds that were found on her body. He also accused Carol of fatally stabbing Lillian, whose body also had multiple stab wounds. And of course, Carol claimed that he did all the stabbing.
I was just in the car.
I was just waiting. I thought he was going to take me to a sock hop. This is not a sock hop. This is not what he promised me to do. I just want to go to the soda fountain. I'm only 13.
That's...
Yeah, also keep in mind, she was 13 fucking years old when all this was happening.
That's... Yeah.
Yeah. So...
I think that she didn't do it. I think she just was like, I love you.
I love you so much, and I'm just 13 years old. And when Lauer returned home that evening, the husband, Charles shot him pretty much point blankly. And then they fled, filling, like, Lauer's car with stolen jewelry, and, like, they, like, ransacked the house and all that shit, and they just put everything they could, and they fled again. They were trying to flee Nebraska, and I think they ended up in Wyoming. And, of course, the murders caused an uproar within Lancaster County because, it wasn't just the poor people getting killed now. Age-old narrative. So it led to all the law enforcement agencies in the region, like, thrown into, like a house-by-house search. So now because, like, these high-profile people were killed, now it's, like, a big fucking deal. It was, people were, like, already on edge, but now it was, like, everything, like, got thrown to fucking high gear because of this. So frequent sightings of the two were often reported, and people complained of, like, incompetence of the Lincoln Police Department, of their inability to catch the two.
Yeah, especially if they're just, like, running around killing people. It's like, guys.
Like, you need to lock it up. Okay, so, and then, yeah, so they needed a new car because, like, obviously the high profile of the case, they were in the Lauer's car, so they had to, like, ditch it. So they come across the salesman, Merrill Collision, sleeping in his Buick, like, alongside the highway outside of Douglas, Wyoming. So after waking Collision, he was shot, which I don't know why they needed to wake him up to do that. So they're like, hey, wake up. Boom. Like, I don't know what that was about, but whatever.
Just at least do it while he's sleeping.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, I mean, I know it's a shitty thing to say, but, like, just if you're going to shoot him anyway, and you're, like, like, this is your fucking choice, shoot him while he's sleeping? Like, I don't know what you're doing.
He's clearly a sick-minded, weird boy.
I mean, honestly, like, obviously, like, his decision-making skills have not been great up to this point. So, anyway, I shouldn't be shocked. So, with Charles accusing Caril of performing this, like, a coup de grace, like the final blow shot, after his shotgun jammed, Charles also claimed, like, that Caril was the most trigger-happy person he had ever met. So this is also during his confession. While attempting to drive away, the car stalled. He tried to restart the engine, and a passing motorist stopped to help. I guess I saw in my notes, like, it was like a geologist. I don't know why that's important, but whatever. As you do. It was a nerd that stopped. Okay, so Charles threatened him with a rifle, and an altercation ensued. So, like, he was, like, saying, like, if you don't get this car started, I'm going to shoot you in the face. And then, like, right when that happened, it was, like, freaking perfect timing. Deputy showed up. And
good,
thank God.
Finally.
Right.
Yeah.
And then when he showed up, like, Caril, like, ran to him and was, like, yelling something to the effect of, like, it's Charles, he's gonna kill me. Claiming
she was this clever little
13-year-old. She was very smart.
So, or she was, like, kind of being held hostage.
Or she was a victim. I don't know.
Probably.
You're right. So
she probably didn't know what the fuck to do.
Right,
like,
at the same
this
time,
dude
like,
just
she's
killed
a
my whole
child.
family.
She was
I'm a baby.
child.
I'm
You're
just
right.
going to do whatever you fucking
Even
say.
back in the 50s, she was a child. Like, it wasn't back in, like, the 1800s where she's already had, like, 3 or 4 children.
No. Where she's not already a sister wife.
Correct. So he evaded the police because he jumped back into the car, and he was, like, exceeding speeds of, like, 100 miles per hour, and a bullet shattered the windshield, and the flying glass, like, cut him, and then he actually stopped abruptly and surrendered, and one of the county sheriffs, his name was Earl, said he thought he was bleeding to death. That's why he stopped. That's the kind of yellow son of a bitch he is. So I was like, all right, sweet.
What a little pussy.
What a little fucking pussy is pretty much what the cop said.
Which, remember, pussies are the strongest.
That's right. So,
well, what a
ball sack. What a ball sack.
What a ball sack.
Yeah. So both Charles and Caril were captured in Douglas County. So after capture, he had 2 options: stay in Wyoming and go to the gas chamber for the murder of Merrill, or go back to Nebraska to go to the electric chair for the other slew of murders, and he chose Nebraska. I don't know why, but whatever. And he...
Yeah, would you rather die on at a gas...
I don't know.
bit in a gas chamber or by the electric chair?
I don't know. They both sound like they suck ass.
But I feel like the gas chamber would be longer.
Maybe...
Because the electric chair, you put the little sponge on your head and it's just like, shoot!
Unless you're like... You get electrocuted like in the Green Mile, like, I didn't know the sponge was supposed to be wet.
Fucking Percy.
Percy, that's what it was.
Shit!
He was a piece of shit.
I hate him. I literally will never see that actor as anyone else.
I know.
But Percy,
he really like fucking pigeonholed himself on that one. Because he played it so well.
Same with fucking, what's his name? Sam Rockwell.
Oh, yeah, Buffalo Bill.
I literally like cannot see him as anyone else but that fucking character. But that's because I don't know. Anyways,
I watched that movie a lot.
It's so fucking good.
It was really good.
It's really fucking sad, but it's really good.
It is
beautiful.
Yeah. Anyway, so he chose Nebraska, and both him and Caril were extradited at the end of January of 1958. So all of this happened like within like a fucking week. All these murders. So that was January of 1958. What he didn't know and nobody thought to tell him was that if he had stayed in Wyoming, he probably would have had received like a life sentence because the Wyoming governor was like a death penalty opponent. So sucks to suck, but whatever. Caril, meanwhile, maintained that she was a hostage at the entire ordeal and that she kept going with Charles because she feared that he would kill her family if she didn't.
He already did, though.
Right. The only problem with that story was that she already admitted that being present for all the Nebraska murders that included her parents and her half-sister. So, not the biggest crown in the back. Crown. Haha. Yeah.
Crayon!
Whatever.
Not the brightest crayon in the...
Not the brightest...
Carton.
Nope. Yeah, and I guess, like, also... Charles, like, was also at this point, because he was getting really pissed off because Caril was claiming, like, she was innocent. And Charles was pretty much, like, saying, like, she could have left at any fucking time. We stopped for hamburgers and all the shotguns. Like, he quoted this. He was like, yeah, no, like, I ran into, like, the fucking diner and, like, I was getting hamburgers and she had all the guns in the car. She could have left. And I was like, okay, whatever.
All right, dude.
Whatever, dude, man.
Yeah, who knows?
So, also she was 13 years old.
Yeah.
Like.
And she just came home to her family being dead by you.
Yeah, because
like, you wanted to buy her a goddamn stuffed animal.
Right, and she didn't know how to drive because, like, the reason why he actually crashed or he wrecked his car is because, wrecked his dad's car was because he was teaching Caril how to drive. So, the amount of times that she knew how to drive, she wrecked a car. So, where was she going to go? Like, she was probably scared shitless. If she was indeed a victim. I don't know. So, I think she might have been. And he was sound like a fucking psychopath. So, Charles and Caril were both charged with first-degree murder and murder while committing a robbery. Since both were being tried as adults, both faced the prospect of being in the electric chair. The prosecution chose the murder of Robert Jensen, to try them since it was the most potential to shock and outrage the jury. I don't know why, but that's how it is. Charles' trial began on May 5th of 1958, and weirdly, he maintained that he was completely sane while his lawyers were desperately, like, trying to pull together this story and, like, making, like, an insanity charge. And I don't know, like, I can only just imagine. Okay, remember, like, on SNL, like, the Celebrity Jeopardy, with Burt Reynolds as Norm Macdonald. Mm-hmm. I just imagine, like, for whatever reason this guy was acting like that, like, when they're like, no, but you were, like, just him on the stand, like, but you were crazy, right? Like, winking at him, like, you were crazy, right? And I'm just imagining, like, no, I was completely sane. Yeah. No, I shot him right in the face, like. Yeah,
I did that
cold blood
willingly. Yeah. I did it.
No, but you did it because, like, you were, like, upset because, like, your girlfriend was, like, trying to, like, break up with you or whatever. Like, no. Like, no, I shot him right in the eyeball. Like, totally.
Yeah, and I kept going.
100%.
I just kept going on a spree.
Yeah, I love her so much. Fun. Love you, babe. Yeah, like I can just imagine him just like acting like that. I don't know why, but like that's just like, and they're just
that's
like,
pretty much
fuck. Like I don't even know what to do with you. So, yeah. So they were trying to like just help him out, and he was like, "No, I was completely fucking sane. Just keep slapping their hands away." So anyway, so yeah.
Well, but he was 18,
right? And the more that again, he was finding out that she was like kind of turning against him, it was making him upset. Because essentially he was doing this all for her because he was like so fucking in love with her. And apparently she also claimed that she had broke up with him before he murdered her parents. And so he just showed up and then like killed her parents because he was angry that she broke up with him or whatever.
Oh.
So
I think Caril's innocent.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I honestly think too. I think she was
I would be scared.
She was a fucking little girl and she didn't know. Right. And she just
I would go with him.
Right, like I feel like
he wasn't gonna kill me.
I feel like maybe she was like any girl like in fucking Lincoln, Nebraska. Like maybe she liked the bad boy, and then but she was all bark and no bite. Like I think that's probably a lot of what it was.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know her life, so whatever.
She's still in Lincoln. Let's go ask her.
Right. I think I wrote it down where she is down here in a minute. So, nevertheless, his defense lawyers entered a plea of innocent by reason of insanity. Still didn't work. The jury made its decision within 24 hours, guilty on both counts of first-degree murder. The men and women of the jury specifically asked for the death penalty, and their request was granted on June 25th of 1959, which, was like a fucking, like maybe a little over a year later. So
really?
He did not sit very long on death row.
Damn.
It's not like fucking Scott Peterson. Yeah. So at Caril's trial, the defense was built upon her being a hostage, forced by Charles to go with him on the murder spree, and it was not a very credible defense, and she was, like Charlie, was found guilty of murder on November 28th of 1958. Because she was a 14-year-old girl at the time now, she received a life sentence instead of the electric chair, so I guess lucky her.
That's good.
Yeah, she was sent to the Nebraska Center for Women, where she served for her sentence until her parole in June of 1976. So, like, what? Like, maybe, like, 15-ish years?
Wait, she got a life sentence?
Yeah, but then got parole because her sentence was reduced to 1976 because the Supreme Court ruled, like, was, like, a different ruling on minors. So, she got out. On like almost like a technicality.
Wow.
Yeah. So she got very lucky.
15 years or life.
Right.
Pretty much. And and you're 13, so.
Right. So like,
could you imagine getting?
No.
I mean, you can't get life as a juvenile, can you?
I think that's what the ruling was she should have been tried as a juvenile and not as an adult because she wasn't thinking clearly, obviously, just with her fucking China.
Yeah, a little hussy.
So she lived for a time in Lansing's, Michigan area.
That's where Matt
being paroled. Matt
Stevens is from. Lansing, Michigan.
Maybe.
Wonder if he's listening.
Maybe he is.
Probably not.
He could be. You don't know. Following her release, she worked as a janitor assistant.
A genital assistant?
A genital assistant. It's very lucrative business.
I just got out of jail. I want to be a genital assistant.
It's going to be great.
It's my dream.
Door's going to open wide open.
Literally.
And she and a medical technician. And she has since retired. She did get married in 2007. But was seriously injured on on August 5th of 2013 in a single vehicle accident. Her husband, who was driving their sport utility vehicle, when it went off the road, had overturned and he died on the scene. So that's another boyfriend of hers.
Death in her life.
Yes, lots of death in her life. So she is going on. So she's still going by her married name, and I think just to help the press and people leaving her alone. She was actually denied a pardon by the Nebraska Parole Board in February 2020, and her pardon application was supported by the relatives of the murder victims. She maintained her innocence in 1958 slayings and requested a pardon to alleviate the burden of being known as a convicted killer. Her pardon was denied because the role of a pardon is to restore a felon's right, not to absolve them of their crimes. So they're like, regardless. I think a lot of the family does not believe that she was innocent and that she had something to do with it. That's why they were like, no. Like, they think that
she was 13, dude.
It's true, but like,
who knows?
And at the same time, like, there's no evidence either, though. And they're just, I think it's fucked up what happened to them, but like, I think maybe, I don't know. That one's tough. That one's a tough one.
Because that is weird. And is that really the like that's inspiration for that movie?
Yeah, so that was the inspiration for a lot of things, but it was definitely the inspiration for Natural Born Killers. And that was the movie that I tried to watch, and I was like, I cannot fucking do this.
That's why you said you can't watch Quentin Tarantino
movies. And then I realized, like, it was written by Quentin Tarantino. I'm like, that makes sense. I don't mind his newer stuff. I think it's because, and it was because that was like made, 96? So it was like that very grungy, disconnected. And again, I was telling you earlier, like, I feel bad because I edit videos for a living right now, and I feel like I should have to like all the indie shit, and I hate it. I don't hate it. I appreciate a good movie, and I appreciate a good film. I just can't have it always in like what I'm watching all the time. I like to escape and everything else. And those kind of movies, it's so jagged to me, even though they're done by great storytellers. Like, I'm not saying that Quentin Tarantino is a bad story. I think he's an amazing storyteller. I just can't do that all the time because it's really aggressive. It's really just, again, I like linear storytelling, and he doesn't do that, which is what makes him amazing. But this one was so like comic booky that I couldn't. It is. I was just like, I cannot. It's too much, and I like.
It is a little.
It's too much all over the place for my taste, which I'm not saying it's a bad film. It just wasn't my cup of tea. Yeah. So I got halfway through it, and I'm like, okay, I'm good.
Pulp Fiction, and
I don't mind that one. That one's pretty good.
Did you like Django? Was
I love Django. Insane. That one was amazing. I really like Django.
And then
that actually might be one of my favorite Tarantino movies.
I still haven't seen Inglourious Bastards is him too, right?
I have not seen that one.
And I haven't seen that completely, but
I've heard that one's really good.
Yeah, Django was fucking so good.
Yeah, that one was really, really good.
And the actors in it.
Yeah.
The fucking dentist dude is like one of my like one of my favorite characters in like any movie.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
What's his name? Christoph something. But anyway.
But yeah, anyway, so that's all I have for you.
Wow,
the inspiration behind
crazy.
That. Yeah, because I'd never.
That's wild.
I never.
Little fucking babies shooting.
Babies shooting babies. Just shooting all the babies.
Yeah, seriously.
Just pieces of crap. But anyway.
Well, that was a good little crime.
It was just a tiny little baby crime, but it was full of babies and baby times.
And that's great.
It is good. Anyway.
Speaking of babies, should we roll the dice?
Hell yeah.
What? That is...
It makes sense.
I don't mean anything by that, universe.
It makes sense.
Oh, you're first, so... But anyways...
But
it's my turn to say hello.
Yes.
And thank you for being here with us.
Mm-hmm.
We really appreciate all the things that you guys...
I'm going to really hurt you with this fucking ASMR.
It's just waiting till you.
Did
you see that I was like running out of things to say in a whisper?
I was, and I was like, I'm gonna hold out until she stops, and she's still not stopping.
All right. Well, hi guys. Thank you so much for joining us today. If this is your first time with us, holy shit, welcome. You got a couple episodes to tune into.
But tune to all of them, please.
Yeah, well, thanks for being here. If you have any suggestions for topics for us to do, if you have something that you're like, I want them to talk about this.
Yes.
In a whisper. Just let us know. We won't whisper it because Shay would kill me.
I would cut off my ears.
But I
hand them to you.
We don't want any of that. So just do that. We love your little comments on Instagram. Make sure if you don't follow us on Instagram already that you do.
Do it, please.
It's a fucking party over there. THURDYISH.
Yes. Please remember that.
Because that's how we spell Thurdyish.
Not the correct
Not
way.
the way everyone else spells it.
The cool way.
Yeah, we spell it the cool, unique way.
Yeah.
Like we're like fucking hipsters.
Yeah.
We just spell it different.
Yeah.
But yeah, so thank you. Also, if you have been listening to us for a while and you feel so inclined to leave us a 5-star review and some love on there,
Please
Apple
do.
iTunes, please do, because it helps people.
Helps people see us.
Yeah,
for sure.
And for all you newbies out there, thanks for coming along on the ride. Hope you're enjoying, and you must be because you're still listening. So
yeah, we can hear your screams from the road.
We do.
Yeah,
we can hear,
and we enjoy them.
Oh, and if you see our cars on the road, give us a beep. And
then give us a rating.
I cut you off.
Yep.
Okay, let's roll. Let's roll the dice. This is our time where we roll the dice for
and I'm
what
gonna
topic.
get it on the table this time.
This first time?
I'm gonna shake it up real good too.
I don't know if you can do this on the first try.
It's true, but I'm gonna shake
it up. It's been a while.
I'm gonna shake it up real good so everyone knows. I'm not just like trying to like fucking.
Speaking of shaking, I told my nephew what shaking a Polaroid picture means because I was like, shake it like a Polaroid picture, and I had to tell him what a Polaroid was. And I said, you shook them, but technically you're not supposed to shake them. And he was like, what are you talking about? And I was like, all right, bye.
Bye, Jed.
I'll see you later.
I love you. 3. See, it's different.
It's not crime.
It's not crime.
She's like, it's crime.
I was like, it's food.
It's
food. Yeah.
Oh, booties.
All
right, ready?
Go for it.
I didn't.
No, that was not. That was a fake one. It's a double dose of food.
Uh-oh. What are we gonna do?
I don't even know.
Well, that was annoying. Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we're gonna be fucking fooding it up.
We're gonna food it all up.
We're gonna family food.
Family style it? Is that what you're trying to do it? Family style?
Family style.
Family style
family
food.
Style. Yeah. Servings. I don't know. I was trying to say family feud.
Oh.
But I said family food, which is kind of dumb. So. Well, I think the vodka just kicked in, so gotta go. Perfect. Gotta go drive home. Love you guys. Thank you. Catch you next week.